we got one of the best event for veteran players, and not only, which is the newest event, token recovery, and we're gonna speak about token recovery. And we have a second event here, which is of course Wheel of Destiny, right? Unfortunately, I could not really wait until morning, and I used my 20 spins, which are basically for gems, right? For every to play friendly, as always. And yeah, my custom heroes were Kylan, here was Ruby, Falgrim, and Magrat, right? Because I want to get the tokens on these heroes, and basically we got Ruby, which is nice, right? But as always, we know that it's better to get strongest Lord legendary hero, because Ruby is gettable from the lucky spins. But still, at least we got newest archers, which I added some levels and tokens, which I'm gonna show later in the video, right? Of course, here I always go for mainly archers. You can see I got Ruby, which was pretty nice entering to a new season, right? Because as an archer player, as an archer main, you want to get every single archer hero and try to awaken them, right? Which I'm trying to do. So yeah, we got Ruby, which is a pretty good start for the G5 archer gameplay. And of course, now the grind starts, because of course I want to get this hero. I think this hero can do pretty well. For a first glance, I was really skeptical about Kylan, but I have my second thoughts, which I believe he will be really good, right? But of course, I want to test how good he can be, right? Maybe he will be average, but I'm sure he won't gonna be bad hero for archers, and he will be useful. Plus, you always want to have newest garrison hero. Like, doesn't matter if you're archer main or cavalry, your troop type's main garrison hero, you want to have it, right? Because you never know what will happen. So yeah, grind actually starts to get the island, and now we are going to change the topic regarding the most important event. Why I said for veteran players, you will understand, right? So token recovery, recoup your hero tokens and plot your own course, right? You already understand you can recover the tokens which you have spent in the past on heroes, maybe from the gold keys, like everything what you have spent, right? But of course, there is some rules, and rules are that you are going to recover only not only, basically it's kind of nice amount, 80% of all hero tokens used to train hero skills will be refunded, and hero skills will be reset to their initial state at the current star rating, which is 111, right, or something. Your refund will be used in the form of generation hero tokens, like same generation, right? Regardless of whether the tokens you spent were hero specific, generational, or universal hero tokens. Generation of the hero tokens will be determined by the latest generation of hero available for hero token in the current event. So basically, if you are going to recover G2 hero tokens, you are going to get G2 hero tokens, which means you can only use those tokens on G2 heroes, right? There is a one important trick for whale players, let's say like that, who already awakened these heroes and they have extra tokens. For example, like if you have already awakened Nico and you have extra tokens, you can basically recover. You're gonna still have here awakened Nico, you're gonna recover again. So basically, recovering couple of times same hero, it's possible, right? Because I have my alliance members who actually did it, and you can make it happen. So you can recycle and use these specific G2 heroes. Maybe you want to add to, for example, Mage G2 hero because you were close to awakening him, right? So yeah, this is a amazing event, especially for veteran players who have played this game for a couple of years, because from the gold keys, generally you are getting some hero tokens and you are leveling them up, right? So yeah, you have 4 recovery tries. You can see I already spent it yet again, could not wait. So which heroes I recovered, right? I recovered Nika because I basically almost never use Nika. I recovered Bertrand because I basically never use Bertrand, and also I recovered Bakshi, right? Because yeah, I use cavalry mainly for forts and to get the mana stones around the map. That's it, right? That's the reason. And also, yeah, I can get gold keys for Bakshi easily from the gold chest. Also, one more hero which I kinda had to recover was Wellin, right? Because Wellin has like had like close to 300 tokens, and yeah, I used Wellin in the past with my mage troops because I have 1.3 million mage troops. But unfortunately, like if I wanted to add tokens on my archer heroes, which we're gonna speak next, I had to recover him and to get those tokens to add to G2 archer heroes, right? Because everybody was asking, use Syndron Freygar, Syndron Freygar. My Syndron Freygar was all like 5111. That's the reason why I was not using them, right? So these are the actually tokens recovered, which I already did it because they are 111, as you can see, because all of the levels are basically refunded. Yeah, I believe Wellin was the most painful one for me, unfortunately, but if I'm advising you guys to focus on one troop type, especially if you are a free-to-play player, and I have been playing like that for basically 2.5 years, close to 3, I had to do it, right? So that was the reason. Tokens were too much there, like Wellin had 5, 5, 2, 4 or something like that. So the amount of tokens was pretty nice, and that's the reason why I decided to do it, right? And yeah, Bertrand because I just don't use Bertrand, then Nika I just don't use Nika. Bakshi, well, because Bakshi is only for forts and for the mana stones, right? So all good, right? So basically, from the token recovery and Wheel of Destiny, I got pretty nice rewards, right? I got pretty nice rewards. Ruby is great. G5 hero, getting a lot of legendary tokens is also a great one, right? So I will tell you where I spent my legendary tokens, which I got from the recovery token event, right? Which is also important. Like if you will get a lot of tokens and you don't know where to spend it, then why did you even recover them, right? So of course I spent my legendary tokens, mainly G2 tokens, to marksman, and let's see the first ones, right? At first, I'm gonna show you the ruby. This is the ruby. Whichever legendary tokens I had, the universal ones I spent on her, and she's 5122. Yeah, it's not the highest levels, and plus even Ruby herself is 46 level yet because I don't have any more books here. I guess today we are going to have some war and we are going to get experience by merits, right? Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stars. I could make 6-star, but I need to get 50 level, like four more levels, right? Now, of course, I'm going for precision talents for the Ruby. Of course, I will test a couple of them, but this is my first version. Why I went for crit rate bonus and crit damage, I will explain later. And yeah, basically, I always liked Precision Talent Tree because of this skill, which is Mighty Slash, basically extra normal attack. And if you will read the Ruby's kit, extra normal attack is the one which you want to get, right? Plus, even Awakening skill does extra normal attack, and Wally does a lot of normal attacks, right? So basically, Ruby is normal attack damage dealer, and basically, extra rage is nice, of course, but here normal attack damage deal the bonus, volley damage bonus, HP bonus is one of the greatest for archers in general and not only for archers, right? So this is the Ruby which I have currently. Of course, I'm going to try to add more levels to her, and in the end, of course, I will try to awaken her because that's the next, right? So yeah, what else I increased? You can see we got Awakened Freygar, right? I was deciding which G2 hero I would increase levels, and there is two reasons why I choose to add levels on Freygar, because she's flying hero. I can use Freygar with Thea, with Wyverns, pretty nice gameplay, and also I'm going to try to use Ruby and Freygar together, because I like what Freygar has for Ruby, right? Here we are having normal attack damage bonus 15%, defense bonus 15%, right? We are going to check defense bonus 20%, normal attack damage bonus 10%, but this is for marksman, right? So pretty similar bonuses. Of course, we want to get normal attack focus, which is a crit rate, which is nice, and also here marksman physical attack bonus and normal attack rate damage. So basically, this is the reason why I went with the crit rate and crit damage with Ruby, because I'm going to use Ruby with Freygar until I will get Kylan, right? So yeah, where else I increased my levels on heroes, I added the levels on Falgrim because I had like lot of G4 hero tokens saved up. We had 5, 3, 2, 1 Falgrim, and on random we basically increased 4 levels on Contract Killer, which is basically the best skill you want to add levels, right? So this is the second hero which we used the tokens, and also we awakened Nico, right? We had 5, 3, 5, 5. We needed to add 2 more levels on a second skill. And we managed to do it, and right now we have 1, 2, 3, 4 awakened archer heroes, right? Of course, I had a thought to add levels on Syndrion, but I had no more tokens, basically, you can see. Well, I kind of have, I have some tokens too. I will decide where I will use it, but I'm not adding on Syndrion because I'm not going to use Freygar with Syndrion. So far I'm using Ruby with Freygar. At least I will test it for sure. Let's see how well they will perform. Also, I know that I don't have the best artifact for Ruby. I'm gonna use Shadow Blades, and this is the extra Warped which I have, Nitroke, since I'm gonna use Freygar and crit rate. Why not to test it with the Nitroke, right? So basically, this recovery gave us one more legendary hero, which is Nico, and Awakened. We awakened Freygar, which is amazing, and we added levels on Falgrim, which this is not regarding recovery event, this is about the tokens which I saved up, right? And also I added one more level on the Thea, like the fourth skill was 4 level, and right now it's 5th, right? And yes, 3 more levels on Thea, and we're gonna have awakened Thea, which is gonna give us second shield on allies, which will be worth it to try with our 5 March. So basically, this is how currently my archer team looks like. Of course, today we are going to have a stream, and we're gonna use Ruby and test her with many different hero pairs, and let's see how well she's going to perform, right? So yeah, try to utilize this event. It's gonna give you a lot if you are a veteran player, and even if you know that you made a mistake, you can basically repair this mistake from the token recovery and use tokens on your preferable legendary hero, right? Yeah, this is a nice event which I hope everybody will use it. Of course, as always, if you like the video, press like, subscribe, share. It always gives me more and more motivation to make more content for this game. I wish everybody amazing day, morning, and night. We are going to see each other really, really soon. Bye bye and good luck.